Adding contacts in the system is going to be one of the first things you do when you get started with Kallora. A lot of the automations and workflows that you're going to want to build out for your business are going to be tied to those contacts. So when you first get started, take some time to learn contacts, how to input them, what different features there are within the contacts, and I'm going to show you how to add a contact. So from the left-hand menu, you're going to click Contacts. This is going to bring you to a page with all of your contacts. They'll come up here in a list, and you can check out different phone numbers, emails right off the bat. You can even check latest activity. So, if you're a real estate agent and you have someone checking out your website, you can check and see which ones are most active, and maybe connect with those people because you haven't talked to them in a while. So, this is a nice little tab right here. You can also go in and filter these. So if you wanted to filter by state or there's a ton of different ways to filter your contacts, which is really nice if you get into the hundreds or even thousands of contacts in here. As you can see in the window that's popped up, we have a first name, last name, email, and phone number. This is going to be the minimum requirement for you to create a contact in here. You can also go in and add a logo or a photo if you have one. You can add a second email, second phone number, and you can adjust the contact type. So if this is a lead or a customer, you can adjust accordingly. You can also change the time zone if they're in a different state or a different time zone in a different part of the country. You can also D&D certain contact methods. So if they don't want you to call them, but they're okay with text messages or emails, you can check this box right here to remind yourself not to call them. And if you have any automated voicemail services or anything like that set up, it won't send any of the voicemails to them because the system knows that they don't want to be contacted that way. And then all you have to do is go in and save. Once this is saved and your new contact pops up, it gives you a lot more options in order to input information. So you can go in and add birthdays. If you say you want to start a workflow down the line where there's a reminder that their birthday is coming up, or it automatically texts them on their birthday, you can do that. But so you want to make sure that you're adding as much information for these clients as possible. You can add contact source. And then when we get down into the tags and automations, this is where you're going to set those contacts up on those workflows that you're going to be building out for your business. So having as much information in here as you can from the beginning is very, very helpful when you're building out these workflows later on. And again, this is where your D&D channels are. So if anything changes for a contact, you can always go back in and adjust it here. This center column is where you're going to see all of the communication with these people. If you have sent them an email or if you have a phone number set up and you're sending text messages, you'll be able to see all of the communication with them right here in their contact. And then this right hand column is where you're going to see activity. So, like I mentioned before, if they go on your website and they check out a certain page, you can see what page they were on. If you have your social medias connected, you can also see if they've interacted with your posts. You can see appointments, any forms they've submitted, anything like that, you'll see under your activity. You can also go over to tasks. Tasks are tied in with a lot of different workflows depending on how you set things up. So here you can see a full list of the tasks that you've already completed or the upcoming tasks for them. You can also go in and add a task if there's something specific that's popped up. You can just title it here, give yourself a little description, and add a due date. You can also assign. So I can assign this to myself, or if I had, say, an assistant or a teammate that I wanted to assign this task to, and their name pops up, then I can assign it to them to make sure that it's being assigned to the right person. You can also add notes, which is really nice if you're talking to a bunch of different clients and you want to keep their story straight. You can add their dog Fluffy is having a birthday next week, or you need to remember what their preference is on their home search. You can type it in here, and you'll always have these notes in here with this contact. You can also create appointments directly in here instead of having to go to your calendar tab. So you just press the add button and it'll give you all of the information to book out these clients, and you can book the appointment right away. And then lastly, we'll talk about the documents. If you have clients sign a contract, or say you need to take screenshots of text messages that you might need to reference, maybe even years down the line, this is a great tab to put it all in. That way, you have all of the information for this person in their contact, and you don't have to go searching through your computer or your past files or whatever. It's all right here within your contact. So that's the gist of adding a contact. If you have any questions, drop a comment or reach out to our support team, and we'd be happy to help. Check out our other how-to videos on everything you need to know about Kallora. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thanks.